I know many of you are veterans that are here, and I know many of you that are here are serving your country now. And I just want to say, most of us couldn't be here if it wasn't for you keeping this world and USA free. We were in Normandy 2 weeks ago and visited Omaha Beach and Gold Beach and saw where thousands of our young men and women died for you and me. God bless America. You know, I learned taking Braniff International through Chapter 11 many years ago that turbulence was inevitable, but misery was optional. Every day was a bad day, but unless you could take it into a positive, like Dr. Schuler was talking about. So if you're going to succeed through turbulent times, and most everyone here has been through turbulence, myself included, if you're going to succeed through turbulence, there's great value in preparation and being prepared. And when the time to perform arrives, the time to prepare has passed. Think about that. When the time to perform arrives, the time to prepare has passed. And I can't think of a better example of that than Captain Sully Sullenberger, who landed that US Air Airbus in the Hudson River about 2 years ago. And everyone got out safely and alive. This man was prepared. He'd even had glider training early in his career, never knowing he'd be landing an Airbus in the river. Our son is a captain for US Air in Charlotte, and he told me recently they've now changed the training for the overwater cruise and for ditching. So here is the new training procedure. There you go. I think that was actually taken in San Francisco by the baseball park, probably. And here's a young lady who survived turbulence. Her name's Jessica Cox, lives in Tucson, and I met her through speaking. Jessica was born without arms. And when she first met me 6 years ago, she said, I'm going to learn how to fly. And I hope it didn't show on my face, but I thought, how are you going to do it without arms? But she did. And this photo was taken 2 years ago when she soloed in an air coupe, which has no rudders. It's all tied into the yoke. So Jessica flies with her feet. So she's taken turbulence and made it work for her instead of against her. I grew up on a farm in Southwest Iowa. Anybody from Iowa? Go Hawkeyes. Usually I'm the only one here. Oh, I know, I shouldn't have said that. But my dad got the urge to learn how to fly after World War II, and we didn't have any money. So he sold enough cows and pigs to go buy an old Piper Cub that looked about like that. And the day that he brought it home after he had soloed and pulled up by the barn, my mother and 2 sisters and I are out there applauding this great event. I'm just a kid, but I'm thinking, you know, this is kind of ironic. We don't have any electricity. We don't have any indoor plumbing. We don't have any hot water. We got an airplane out here in the pasture. So I knew then I always wanted to be in aviation. I assumed I was going to be a pilot, but I'm partly colorblind, so that didn't work. So after high school, I went to Chicago to Midway Airport and started loading bags at age 17 and worked my way up from there. But my dad taught me how to fly, and then I taught our son Mike how to fly a few years later. And now he's a captain for US Air, as I mentioned. And 20 years ago, he got his instructor's rating, and I hadn't flown for a while, and I thought it would be fun if he could check me out and sign my logbook. How many dads get to teach their son how to fly, and then the roles change, and son could take dad and sign his logbook? We went out and flew for 3 hours, came back and landed. I proudly handed him my logbook, and he pushed it back, and he said, "You're not safe to fly by yourself." So I said what any loving father would say to his son: "Screw you, you're out of the will." That was the little airline I started with at Midway Airport in Chicago, Capital Airlines, and we used to serve Muskegon, Grand Rapids, Lansing, Saginaw, Detroit. I remember all those flights in those days. But the best part about Capital Airlines is I got